language that everybody here can easily understand.
Alright guys, and welcome to part 2. This is going to be my animation films and Disney stuff. So this is quite a big one, so I'm going to try and get through this as quick as possible. But first I will go into this competition. I reached 250 subscribers and I recently thought, do you know what, that's when I was going to do my next competition giveaway. So here we go. The competition is this. I've got 2 animation Zavvi ZBOXes. Obviously I've got one for myself. And I've got one coming that is going to be my prize. I don't know what's in it, so I haven't seen it myself. So when I get mine, I'll have a bit more of a better idea. It should be coming this week. So the prize will obviously be that ZBOX. And I will throw in a Blu Ray of your choice as long as it's under £20. So whatever Blu Ray you want, I will get for you. And you just have to, obviously once the competition's been drawn, the winner can email the Blu Ray that they want to pick. And I will pick it. I will go get it for you. And I will send it with that ZBOX. The competition, because it's an Animation ZBOX, goes perfectly with this. So what the competition will be is a very simple question, okay? What is your favourite animation film and why? All I want to know is what your favourite animation film is and why is it your favourite. My favourite is Lion King and I absolutely love it. And it's the reason I love it is just it came out at a time I was going through a lot and it cheered me up, as well as obviously having the sad bit in it, but it kind of I just kind of really just gravitated towards that film. I really enjoyed it and I love that film. So, what is your favourite animation film and why? Obviously, I would want video responses only. I don't, obviously, really in my comments I might not see it. So, video responses only, and please let me know when you have done your response and I will obviously look at it, save it, so I can obviously check out your answers. And the draw will be in, let's do it this way, I don't know, final draw, well I'll do the draw on the 25th of May, so you've got a whole month to pretty much get your answers in, let me know that they're there, and we'll go from there. So anyway, let's get cracking on this animation edition of my update. So here we go. First one here is absolutely excellent film, and that is the Lego Movie in 3D. Haven't checked out in 3D yet, but my son already adores this film, so looking forward to checking it out. Next up is a film, or set of films I just really do enjoy, and they are quite funny, and that is the Madagascar collection. So that's 1, 2 and 3, and my son is already singing I Like to Move It, which is hilarious for me because I would never expect him to pick that up so quick. Next one is a film I have seen, but I've only seen bits of it because it's been on whilst I've been doing stuff around the house, and my son's been watching it and he loves it, and that is the follow-on from Madagascar, and that is Penguins the movie. From what I've seen, very, very funny. I do like the characters, I think they are hilarious, so when I found out they had their own film, I thought my son's going to love it, and I enjoyed it so far, so it's good. Film I haven't seen yet, but my son's into the other ones, and that is Puss in Boots, and again got this in 3D because it was on offer. I think it was the 2 for $25 from HMV or whatever, so I thought okay, I'll pick it up. It was a nice set of films, and it looks good. I like Antonio Banderas as Puss, so it should be good. I'm looking forward to checking this out. This one my father got as a present for my son, as the fact he loves trains. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard mixed things about it. I'm looking forward to watch it. It's more of a Christmas film, so I'm looking forward to watching it at Christmas, and that is the Polar Express. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. But actually, my son's already watched it and he keeps saying trains, so I guess he wants to watch that. Another film that I've actually enjoyed watching, I enjoyed the first one, and this is Rio 2 in 3D. Again, haven't seen it in 3D, but looking forward to checking it out. But it was enjoyable. I preferred the first one, but this is, nothing wrong with it. Funny film. And then this set of films, obviously I mentioned, I wanted to get these in 3D just because I fancied seeing them in 3D, and again I was going for a kick of getting a load of 3D films again, and you'll see a few more in a minute, and that is Shrek 2, which is far superior. I really enjoyed Shrek 2. Shrek 3, which is okay, not as good as Shrek 2, but it's okay. And Shrek 4, which I hadn't seen until recently, and that's, do you know what, it's not too bad. It's different. There are some funny moments in it, and yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a kids' film. What do you expect? They're there to entertain the kids, and there are some adult jokes in there, so that's why I appreciate it. It's good films. Next up is again, I got this really cheap, and again, my son's going through a kick of like dinosaurs and stuff like that, and I thought, you know what, I enjoyed the first 3 films. Hadn't seen the 4th film until recently. That is the Ice Age collection, and it comes with the Christmas cracker thing as well. So it's or Mammoth Christmas or whatever it's called. Yeah, Mammoth Christmas. So, and yeah, enjoyable films. I think I enjoy them more as it gets to the 3rd and 4th film. To be honest, I think the first one's the weakest for me. But yeah, it's a nice set of films. Some good character acting or good character voices in it. Yeah, and again, as soon as my son saw dinosaurs, he just went ape for it. So he loved it. Next is a film I've heard very interesting things about. I remember this as a kid. I like thinking back about it. I loved the little TV series they did of it on. I think it was like 5 or 6 minutes long or whatever. But I remember watching it when I was like 5, and loved it. And when I heard they were doing a film, I was unsure, but I wanted to check it out. And I've seen most of this, to be fair, and I enjoyed what they did with it. It was very entertaining, good family film. And I'm looking forward to watching this with my son and daughter when they're a bit older. And that is Paddington. I was a little bit unsure at first, but you know what? It's a good family film, and I think they've done a really good job with the cast. And it's how I remember the show. It's sweet, it's funny, and it's got some good moments in it. It's not boring, and it's lots for everyone to enjoy. So really good. Next, this is more for the adults to enjoy. I'm a big fan of the TV series. I just can't be bothered to try and collect them all on DVD. It's just there's too many. They don't seem to be stopping, so there's just no point for me at the moment. Until they've stopped doing the series and do like a massive box set, I'm not probably going to get them. But they did release the movie, and I was chuffed when they released the movie, and it is fun. It's not the greatest animation movie by any means, but it's a fun film, and that is the Simpsons movie. Again, I don't want to get the TV series because there's just too many at the moment, and do you know what? I get my fix from this. I enjoy this film. It's funny, and there's some good stuff in it, so definitely worth it. And again, it's cheap, so might as well get it. Next up, this is the reason why I had 2 ZBOXes and one to give away as a prize. This obviously is not the exact reason, but Zavvi announced a gold version of this on Steelbook. I didn't get the original Steelbook, just because I thought it was too expensive. And the gold edition came out and you get it cheaper, and I thought, do you know what, it makes sense. I've already got this other one coming because I got a free Steelbook, which I mentioned earlier. But then I wanted to get this, and I thought, oh, do you know what, I do want to get this, and for discounted price I will, and then I can give a ZBOX away as a prize. So here we go, and that is an excellent film, Who Framed Roger Rabbit 25th Anniversary Edition. So I will be getting the gold edition of this, and I probably won't open it. I think that's one of the only ones I haven't got open, just because I've got this and I really fancy the gold edition. It's sold out, and I reckon it'll look lovely, so hopefully it will. If it doesn't, I'll be in trouble. But yeah, I love this film. I remember seeing this when I was younger, and I just fell in love with it. Some great stuff in there, really funny moments, some quite scary moments for kids as well, to be fair. I remember being freaked out a little bit when I was a kid, especially the final reveal at the end. I won't ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen this film, but if you haven't, why haven't you? It's 25 years old, or even probably a little bit older than that now, but still, great film, very entertaining. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Next, now there's like a couple of 3D films I wanted to get. I enjoyed this when I saw it on telly. It's okay, it's not the best Tim Burton film, but it was enjoyable. And again, this is in 3D, it's a Disney release, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it. It was cheap, and that is the 3D version of Alice in Wonderland. I haven't seen this in 3D, so I am looking forward to seeing what it's like in 3D, but we shall see. But anyway, yeah, I want to get this, and again, it was cheap, and when they're cheap, you might as well. Now, I think that this I got for free with my reward points, and again, you're going to see why I got things for free with my reward points, because there's just so many. But that is Bedtime Stories with Adam Sandler. Again, I've not heard great things, I've not heard bad things, but I got it for free, and I think it's one of those films I think I'll enjoy watching with the kids when they're a little bit older to understand it. And plus, I like Adam Sandler, and it's rare that he does a Walt Disney film, so do you know what? let's go for it, enjoy it. You know what? Next up is a film I haven't actually watched all the way through yet. I've seen little bits and wanted to check it out in 3D. My son is a fan of the story because we've read it to him at Christmas already, and it's weird because he really shouldn't be hearing those stories yet. And that is A Christmas Carol, starring Jim Carrey. And again, I enjoyed seeing the animation of it. I think it's very good animation. But I'm interested to see how it looks in 3D as well. And again, this was really cheap, so picked it up. Another film I got for free, and because I enjoy the actor, and again, my son's into all things like dogs and animals and stuff, and again, it was free. I'm not going to really moan about it, and that is 8 Below. I like Paul Walker. I've not heard bad things about this. I've not heard great things, but you know, again, it's free. I'm not going to turn it down if it's free, so pick that up. Next, this is a film I was quite surprised by. I watched this on Netflix because I wanted to see it on Netflix before I got it, and I picked it up again relatively cheap. And it is actually kind of fun. It's not a great film, but it's kind of fun. I like the idea of it. It was kind of going back to the kind of Hugh Frame, Roger Rabbit kind of style, where you have the animation mixed in with real life characters, and it was alright. And that is Enchanted. Again, got it cheap, and again, the cast are really good in it. So it was a surprise. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it, but it was quite good. One I haven't seen, but I know my son is into dogs and all things weird, and it's Tim Burton, so I thought I might give it a try. Again, cheap. Frankenweenie, 3D version. I know they shouldn't have announced a steelbook of it. I thought, you know what, I'll just go with this. It's cheap. I haven't seen it. I don't want to spend that much more money on the steelbook and not really enjoy it. So I picked that up. Again, another film I got free. I've seen bits of this. I enjoyed it. I just enjoy The Rock in general. I think he's a funny actor. You know, he's really good in most of the things he's in. And again, I think it's a film that my kids and I will enjoy when they're a little bit older, and that is The Game Plan. Again, seen little bits. It's okay. I haven't seen this, and I know I've heard bad things. I have just heard they're going to do another version of it, funnily enough. But I think it's a film, because I think the other film's going to be a bit darker, so I think this is a film that the kids will enjoy when they're a little bit, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, I don't know. But The Haunted Mansion, again, I've not heard great things, because this, I think, was when Eddie Murphy started going downhill, but it's, you know, I fancied seeing it, and again, I think I got this for free as well. Now, this is a film I think it's starting to become a cult film as well. I remember them going on about this when it came out and it's slating it, but I've seen reviews for it recently and saying, you know what, if you actually pay attention, it's not that bad. I thought, again, this is cheap, it's 3D, I might as well check it out, and it is John Carter 3D. Haven't seen it yet, but I am actually looking. I like my kind of fantasy adventures, and you know, it looks different. I'm interested to see where it goes anyway, and I know people slated it at first, but again, it's started to get this kind of cult following, and I'm into my kind of cult following film, so I'm going to try it out and see what I think. Next up, because they're not part of the Disney Classics, which are here, I just keep these to the side a little bit in the collection, but I do actually enjoy them as films, and again, I think the kids are going to love them, and that is Lion King 2, Lion King 2, and Lion King 3. I actually enjoyed this. I thought this was different, and I liked the fact it was a story before the first film, like a prequel. And it was quite good. This is okay, you know, it's got some good songs in it, some good, you know, it's a nice enough story. It's pretty similar-ish, but, apology, it's a good enough film. And I say Lion King 3 was different, and I like that. Again, this is a film actually I'm interested in seeing. Heard really good things about it. Again, got it in 3D, got it on a 2 for 25 offer or whatever it was. I can't remember. There's so many different offers that I keen on. Especially when you get this many, I can't remember how often the offers I get. And that is Maleficent. And again, I've heard very good things about Angelina Jolie in this, and it looks different. It looks like a film that I'm definitely worth trying out. Again in 3D, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. And this is a film that's a classic. I didn't get this in steelbook just because I wasn't that fussed about getting it in steelbook, but I love it as a whole film. Again, this is my childhood growing up. This film, I absolutely adored this film when I was a kid. I just think it really kind of. It just got to me when I was a kid. I just enjoyed it, and that is Mary Poppins. Who doesn't love Mary Poppins? And I showed you Saving Mr. Banks, which is the story behind Mary Poppins. Definitely worth a look at that as well. It's just it's lovely to see them both together. I think, in fact, I might watch Saving Mr. Banks and this at one point, because it is a classic, absolute classic. Next up, my son loves the Muppets, so I thought, well, might as well get the next one. That is Muppets Most Wanted. I think, yeah, Most Wanted. Haven't seen this yet, but you know, I've heard again mixed things about it. But I'm looking forward to checking it out. I love the Muppets. When I was a kid, I loved the Muppets, so I enjoyed the kind of boot they started up. And you know what? It's just a bit of fun. I mean, everyone slates it, but it's like, it's just fun. It's, you know, sit back, have a laugh. You know, there's some good stuff for adults and kids. So check it out. Another classic produced by Tim Burton. And again, I wanted to get this in 3D. I've had it on DVD for a long time, but I just wanted to see it in 3D. Again, at Christmas, we put this on. Son loves it. He sits there and watches it the whole way through because he enjoys the songs, he enjoys the characters and stuff like that. He loves all the kind of comedy in it. There is a bit of comedy, and that is Nightmare Before Christmas. Again, it's a classic, a really good film. I haven't seen this in 3D yet, so I am looking forward to checking it out. Again, another film that my son's into because of cars, and I mean, I haven't really watched this yet. I've seen it on in the background. It doesn't look as good because it's only a Disney release. It's not Disney Pixar, but that is Planes, and it looks entertaining. But you know, I'm interested again to see this in 3D with my son when he's old enough to watch it. Next up is, again, I've got the first one in 3D. I wanted to get the next two, and I did eventually, and that is Toy Story 2 3D, which doesn't need any introduction or me even explaining how great it is. And then Toy Story 3, which I kept the slipcover from my old one for it because I just thought it looked nice, but that's Toy Story 3. It doesn't obviously say 3D on it, but this does, and do you know what? It's a nice little slipcover. I thought I'd keep hold of it because it's nice, and it goes with, and you know, it's just nice. And again, Toy Story 3, don't need me to explain it, it's excellent. So that is just the normal animation and films and stuff like that, but this is the Disney Classics, and I just got a little bit overboard. They started doing the buy one get one frees. I stocked up on the slipcovers as well because I just I think I've got every slipcover that there is for the Blu-rays now. It's ridiculous. The only Blu-ray I don't have is Lilo and Stitch, and I didn't see a slipcover for it, so I didn't get it. So let's start off with this one. Basically, again, these are just Disney Classics. These are the ones I picked up. I wanted to have all these because when I was a kid, we had these on VHS, and I loved them when I was a kid. So I know that my kids are going to love watching these when they're a bit older to understand some of the concepts of it. I mean, my son's already into some of them, but others we haven't even started watching it. So anyway, the first one is 101 Dalmatians. Entertaining film, very good. This was more, I think my missus loved this, so we'll go with it, and that is Alice in Wonderland. And then you got the Aristocats. Again, I actually enjoyed some good songs in this. It's quite an entertaining film, to be fair. Next up is one I've only seen, I think, maybe once or twice. I think the Disney Classics for me, obviously, they get better as they get older, just because you can relate to them more. And I think these early ones are brilliant for the time, but they're not as special now to me. I think there's more on here that are more enjoyable, that I find more enjoyable. But that is Bambi. Yeah, it is a classic. That I'm not trying to slate it. It is a classic, but I just the new ones I like for some reason. I hadn't seen this, and I watched this recently. I got the cover for it, but I got this in 3D, and that is Bolt. Yeah, Bolt. I actually, do you know what? I don't like Miley Cyrus, but this is actually quite a good film, and it's funny, it's sweet, and my son loves it, so might as well go with it. Another film I really want to see. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm interested to see it. I saw it come out in the cinemas. I never really kind of went to see it, but that is Brother Bear. It's got obviously the legendary Phil Collins doing the soundtrack for it, but I just fancy getting it, fancy seeing it. Next up, again, a film I haven't seen yet, but willing to give it a try, just because it's part of the Disney range and whatever, and that is Chicken Little. And then you got an original classic, which again I remember watching as a kid and really enjoying. I just haven't seen it in a long, long time, and that's Dumbo. And again, I haven't seen this one either, and that is The Emperor's New Groove. So we'll check this out at some point. And then this next one is not my favourite, but my son goes mad for it. It's got Mickey Mouse in it, only briefly, and that is Fantasia. I mean, I don't really enjoy Fantasia that much, but my son does. He's watched it, he enjoys it, so I might as well go with it. And I haven't seen this one yet, and that is Fantasia 2000. Next up is one I love this film. Again, I remember seeing it when I was a kid, and just I really enjoyed it. It's a lovely film, and that is The Fox and the Hound. And if anyone doesn't enjoy this, if you don't enjoy this film, what's wrong with you? It's a lovely film, lovely story. And then next up is the one that I really didn't want to see, but we got it in 3D, and I just wasn't fussed about seeing it, and plus everyone was going on about it. I think everyone's going to know what I'm talking about. Watched it, and I really enjoyed it. It's sad that I really enjoyed it, but I really did enjoy it, and that is Frozen. But as I say, I got the slipcover, I got the 3D version. I missed out on the other slipcover of it, but it actually is a good film, and I don't care what people say. It is a good film. I think it is overhyped, definitely overhyped, but you know, it is fun. I do enjoy it. My son sings all the bloody songs. Again, I don't know how. He just knows them all really well. And here's the one I was talking about. I already had the steelbook, but I did, just because I don't want to get the steelbook damaged, I thought I'll pick this up, and I love it. And that is The Lion King. I know I've just mentioned it earlier in my competition thing, so check it out. Great film. Another film I actually hadn't seen until recently, and that is, it's actually kind of fun, different. I don't know why I was expecting something different. I was expecting some sort of futuristic film, but it does go futuristic, funnily enough, but I saw the title, I thought, I mean, the Jetsons, and so I don't know why, I don't know what got me thinking that, but that is Meet the Robinsons, and you know what, it's actually kind of fun. I was surprised by it. I wasn't expecting the story, to be fair. I saw it, I think this is going a completely different way than I thought. I don't know why. Next up is another Disney classic. Again, I've only seen this once, looking forward to seeing it again. Mulan. I've just heard apparently they're going to do a live action version of this as well. Another great film, another classic from when I was younger. Oliver and Company. Some great songs in this. If you haven't seen this film, check it out. It's loads of fun. Another Disney classic. Again, I love the film. I love the story. It feels a little bit dated now after watching it back the other day, but it's still good. And that is Peter Pan. But it is a classic. So, and then here's the next one. Again, I haven't seen this in a long, long time. So, looking forward to giving this another go. And that is Pinocchio. The problem with this is I'm now thinking of Shrek going, I'm a real boy. That was awful. I'm really sorry about that. Another film I'm looking forward to checking out. I've heard very good things about it, and this is going back because Disney then went through the CGI stuff and they went back to a cartoon classic, and I think I'm looking forward to seeing it, and that's Princess and the Frog. I think it's going to be more for me and my little girl to watch when she's a bit older. Another film I loved when I was a kid. Don't know why I haven't released the sequel yet. Don't know why. Might as well, but anyway. The Rescuers. I enjoyed The Rescuers Down Under, but I can't remember this that well. I think I remember the second one more than I remember this one, so I'm going to have to give this one a watch as well. And then we got another classic I absolutely love, and I think I will always love, and I can't wait to keep watching it. Robin Hood. It again, doesn't need any real explaining. Again, this is more one for me and the little lady to watch. Again, when she's a bit older, I don't think my son's really going to enjoy it that much. Saying that, he enjoys Frozen, so who knows. Sleeping Beauty. Don't remember much about it. If I'm honest, I think I've only seen it once. So, that, you know, it was okay. And then this, again, the first original, and that is Snow White. So I'll be checking that again at some point, I guess. And then another Disney classic. Again, I haven't seen this in a long, long time. And I remember certain bits about it, but looking forward to seeing it again. And that is The Sword and the Stone. I think I'm looking forward to seeing this again, especially with the kids. Another film I've heard mixed things about, really mixed things about, and I think because apparently it's compared to Madagascar quite a bit. But again, it's got, you know, animals in it that my kids love, or I say my son loves at the moment. So I'm willing to give it a go, and that is The Wild. Again, it's a Disney classic. I had to add it to that collection. And then finally, a film I absolutely adore, and I picked it up in 3D because I wanted to get it in 3D version, just because I wanted to see it in 3D. And that is, again, I love because it takes me back to when I was a kid playing video games. You know, it really is a good film, and I really hope they do a sequel for it, and that is Wreck-It Ralph. My son loves it. He loves the characters, and I love it just because of it takes me back to a simpler time with computer games when you weren't trying to like play online all the time, and it was, you know, some really good games in there. You know, you had Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, and all. Well, you know what I'm talking about. But it's a really good film. So wanted to get this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it in 3D. Really am looking forward to it. And that's it. That's the animation part over. Hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, I will reiterate in the next video about the competition. The competition I'm going to do is a ZBOX, Animation ZBOX, which I'll be getting next week, and I will hopefully, I'll give you a little look at it at some point. I won't open it. I don't want to spoil the surprise of what's in it, but that is the competition prize, and also a Blu Ray of your choice of the value up to the value of £20. So basically, you get to pick. Let me know. The winner list will let me know, and I will send the ZBOX and the Blu Ray to yourselves. Good luck in that competition. The question again is, what is your favourite animation film and why? Please let me know. And also, I'll see you in the next video for the rest of my Blu Ray update. Thank you again for sticking with us, and I will see you over on the next video, guys. Take it easy.